How would you like to receive automated text messages and alerts that will keep you informed about your bus transportation? Well, if you stay tuned to this video, I'll show you how to set up customized alerts that will send to you via text messaging and email so that you're always in the know about your personalized mobility needs. First, I'll show you how to register yourself so that you can start receiving these message alerts. Second, you'll see what the main screen called My Alerts looks like. Third, I'll show you how to set up a single alert. Fourth, you'll learn a few more things about managing the alerts that you'll receive. And finally, I'll show you what the messages look like. To set up and receive transit alert messages, start by going to this website address, mytransitmanager.com. Once at the website, you'll see this web page. Down here is where you'll log in by typing in your email address and password. If you don't have a login yet, click here where it says First Time. I'll do that in a moment, but first, let me point out this setup guide. If you click on it, it has the same step-by-step instructions that I'm showing you. For now, though, I'll go back and click on that First Time, Click Here option. Here we go. This step is called the registration process, and I'm going to use myself as an example. First, I'll type in my email address here, then confirm it by typing it in again. These must match exactly. Second, I'll fill out my first and last name over here. Third, I'll type in my paratransit client number. If you don't know what yours is, contact someone at the transit office or ask the person you book your trip reservations with. Fourth, I'll choose my transit service area or city. Since I live in Las Vegas, I'd select Las Vegas RTC. And finally, we need to confirm that you are a real person and not a robot. So you'll need to type in the letters or numbers you see here in this box. It is case sensitive, so be careful with lowercase letters. In this field here, I'm going to type in what I see. I'll give it a go. Watch. Okay, now I'm going to click on Register. After I do, I get this Registration Successful message on my screen. Click the OK button and you'll be returned to the login page. In a few moments, you'll receive an email with your password. So check your email inbox and look for it. The email will look something like this. Here's my password. Now that you know your password, go back to that login page, type in your email address and the new password, click on the login button, and voila! You'll see this web page. Here is where you'll manage your alerts and other information. I'll explain more about that next, and if you'd like to change your password to something else that may be easier for you to remember, I'll cover that later on. By the way, remember this website address. This is where you will later set up and manage alerts that you want to receive. You just watch me click on each of these buttons. Now I'm going to explain what you can do with each of the screens you'll find when you click on each button. The first tab or page you'll see after logging in is this one called My Scheduled Trips. I'm going to return to this later, after I explain the other screens, because it will make more sense then. This is the My Alerts screen. This example lists 3 alerts that are already set up for this person. Here's one alert, the second alert, and the third alert. Each of them will alert this person about something different. You can define up to 5 alerts, but most people just set up 1 or 2. I'm going to add another alert, which will be a 4th alert for this person. I'll start with clicking here on the Add a Paratransit Alert button. After I click, I see this screen. Let me explain what these screen sections are. Here is where you tell us when you'd like to receive the messages. These, here, are all the different types of alerts you can choose from. Use the checkboxes to pick which alerts you want to receive. And over here is where you'll tell us where you want those messages to be sent, both email and phone numbers. This alert name field allows me to give this alert a name. You can either not type in anything and leave the default that is already here, or type in something you would like to name it. Let me talk about the when here. These 2 dates tell us when you want to receive this alert. Keep in mind that you can use the expire on date here to turn off alerts temporarily, such as when you go on vacation, then turn it back on with the alerts start on date here. Use these checkboxes to tell us what days of the week you want to receive this alert. And use these 2 times to tell us what time of the day you want to receive alerts. For instance, you might want to set this time to be 8 p.m., so you won't be woken up by any alerts in the middle of the night. Now, let me explain all the alerts. The first one, here, will warn you when the bus is so many minutes away from your pickup spot. Make sure to type in the number of minutes here of when you want to be alerted. This alert will warn you at the very moment when the vehicle arrives at your pickup spot. Choose this alert if you want to be warned if the bus is running so many minutes late or past the pickup window. Make sure to type in the number of minutes here. This alert is used when you want to send your caregiver or a family member an alert. Do not use this type of alert in conjunction with any of the other alerts listed here. It is a standalone alert. I'll explain more about that in a moment. If you choose this alert, then a message will be sent when you are dropped off at your destination. If you choose this alert, then a message will be sent listing the trips you have booked for the following day. Choose this alert if you want to see a link in your message that will display a map of where the bus is located in relation to your pickup point. When you get a text message with this alert, you'll see this link. Tapping on the link will open a map screen, as you can see here. This icon represents where the bus is, and this represents where your pickup location is. The map will refresh as the bus approaches your pickup, along with displaying the estimated arrival time. Visually impaired riders can use this box to receive a special message on their phone that repeats where the bus location is, so that their phone can read it out loud, and they'll know the arrival status of their trip. I know that was a lot of different kinds of alerts to choose from, but we want to help you as much as we can. And so now, let's move on to choosing where you want all these messages to go. Here, you can add up to 6 separate email addresses that will receive this alert. You can use one of the 6 to include a family member or maybe your doctor's office or anybody else you can think of. Here is where you can add up to 2 different phone numbers that can receive text messages. Make sure to check this box here and make sure to select what carrier you are using for your phone, such as Sprint or Verizon. Some transit locations also have the ability to send messages out using an automated phone system. If you see this phone number field on your screen, then that system is available. So if you want to receive messages this way too, check this box and then type in the phone number. When you're finished, review all the information you put in here. Then click on the Save button down here. After it saves, you'll see the alert appear on this screen. If you need to edit an existing alert or delete one, click this option here to edit an alert or this option to delete an alert. I said I would cover more on alerts for caregivers or family members. Remember this checkbox here? For any of the alerts you have added, you can add another alert and simply select this checkbox so that your alerts will notify other people that you have boarded the bus on any trip. Input the emails and phone numbers here of the people you want to notify. This alert makes it easy for you to notify anybody, such as a caregiver, family member, or a doctor's office, that you have boarded the bus and you are on your way. All right, next topic. Remember I was going to come back to this tab called My Scheduled Trips? Okay, so let me explain a few things about how to use this screen. Providing that you have trips scheduled for today or tomorrow, you'll see a list of your bookings, similar to what you see here. If you do not have any trips booked in the near future, then the My Scheduled Trip screen will show this message saying, "No scheduled trips were found." When you do see a list of trips in this screen, it will list the trips that you have reservations booked for. Please look them over to make sure these are indeed the trips you plan to take. If you find one that you don't remember booking, please contact a reservationist as soon as possible to correct it. What you see listed here are trips that our drivers are expecting to pick you up and take you somewhere. In the list, you'll find that trips occurring within the next hour or so will have a hyperlink on one of the addresses. Clicking or tapping on the hyperlink will open a new web page showing a map like this of where the bus is located in relation to the pickup or drop-off address on your reservation. On the map, this icon shows where you are along with the estimated arrival time. And this icon shows the location of the bus. This time displays when the bus was at this location. If you keep this web page open, the map will refresh every so many seconds to show the latest GPS location of the bus until it arrives at the address. A few other things to know about the map. These 2 lines identify the vehicle number, what the arrival time is, what address it will arrive at, and the estimated arrival time. Up here, there are a few tools available. In case you are waiting at a large facility, using the satellite view is useful to see where the bus is waiting for you in relation to all the buildings around you. Switching this traffic setting to on could be useful to give you an idea of what the bus might encounter between its current location and you. If there are a lot of streets that are red, which means heavy traffic, then the bus may take longer than the estimated arrival time. When you're done looking at the map, remember to close this tab on your internet browser so that your device doesn't keep receiving data and tying up your internet connection. Another useful tool to be aware of is found by clicking this button here called Alerts History. Each time an alert was sent to you, it gets listed here. This list can be useful when you need to troubleshoot any issue you are experiencing with the alerts that you have set up. Each row in the list represents an alert that was sent. The first one on the list was the most recent alert sent to you. The first column lists what the alert was sent to, either an email address or a phone number as a text message. This column indicates whether the alert was sent as a voice message over an automated phone system, a text message, or an email. This is the actual message that was sent. This is the alert name. Do you remember this field back when we discussed how to add a new alert, where you can define a name of the alert? Well, that's what this column displays, the name of the alert that was sent. And the last column indicates the date and time the message was sent. So, look up this screen whenever you are wondering if a certain alert went out or not. And finally, the last thing to explain is the My Profile screen. Clicking on this button will display your login information. You can use this screen to change your password here using these fields. Like before, you'll need to confirm your new password in both fields. After you click the Save Password button, a dialog will appear confirming your password change. Click either Yes or No. Other than changing your password, you really don't need to change anything else on this screen, other than if your name changes, which could be changed here, or the service you ride on changes, which could be changed here. If you do change anything, just remember to click the Save Profile button. Now you know all about registering for the passenger alert system, and once you have your password, you know how to log in and set up and manage your own alerts. If you have any questions or run into difficulties with setting up any alert, do not hesitate to call a reservationist or your designated customer service representative for help. We sincerely hope that this alert messaging system brings you an enhanced rider experience.